Ladies and gentlemen and ladies, Happy New Year, and welcome to a New Year's edition of the Medicine Ball Podcast. You could have chosen to spend those Timoleons anywhere, and Timoleons is tight, so thank you. But before we get into it, can I let my beat drop? Yes, welcome to Medicine Ball with your boy LS3 to be exact. And if you're in the shape, at least your brain should be. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen and ladies, to a new year, new edition of the Medicine Ball Podcast, where we focus on giving your brain a six-pack by exercising your mind. Now, exercising your mind means that you actively think about and deal with all situations by first seeking to do anything other than what you are normally programmed and or comfortable in doing. Now, if you're someone who struggles and wants to get better at thinking about things beforehand, as opposed to reacting in ways that require less effort, just like anything you want to get better at, it does require training, practice, and work. Now, I'm well aware that thinking about things beforehand as opposed to responding off of instinct does require effort. And who doesn't prefer things that are easy? Well, the first step can be very easy, and that, my friend, is to begin to look at all things from an unbiased point of view, which in itself will increase your curiosity in life. Before we go any further, I'm no psychologist, but I have been diagnosed with bipolar disorder level 1 for now 17 years. And I got to a point in my life where I was looking at the person I was becoming versus the person I wanted to be. And that required me, among other things, to look at my mental health responsibly. So whether or not you're diagnosed, know a loved one, or someone who is, or with everything that's going on, man, someone who I'm sure can use just some tips, tricks, strategies, other point of views to help you deal with this thing called life, you already know ELE. That's what we claim. Everybody love everybody. Pull up a seat, kick up your feet. This is your fam. This is your home. This is a new year. Welcome to Medicine Ball. This week's episode, Command Prompt. That's right, CMD, Command Prompt, featuring Mamba. Let's go. Let's get right into it. Welcome. Happy New Year, first of all, to everyone who's listening. And welcome to another week of the Medicine Ball Podcast. And y'all probably gonna hear Mamba. If y'all don't know who Mamba is, go follow me on my social medias. The links are everywhere, but it's Medicine Ball LS and the number 3, or the real LS3. Mamba is featured here, and I'm gonna be laughing, and I might be making some expressions. There's gonna be too many to cut out because this dude has a gas problem. So he chilling right now, and he's just real gassy, but I went ahead and did my research, and it's because he's eating too fast. So I got him a puzzle bowl. Like, it looks like one of those puzzles that has a little silver ball in it that you just kind of tilt. It's like that, and it puts it, and it slows him down. Because I went and researched. I'm doing everything else. We doing exercise. We staying active. It's the best top-notch quality food. And I'm just eliminating by going through. So, featuring Mamba, he may be snoring. I'll let y'all hear that if it happens. Piggybacking off of that, announcements. Y'all, this is my New Year's episode. God put it on me, man, and we'll get into it. But basically, I couldn't let today pass without doing something for the new year. I am still not coming back for season 3 fully until February. And it's a multitude of reasons for that. Number one being that Mamba here is my new associate. And it's pretty much like I've gotten a child. Very expensive. My whole patterns have changed, but adaptable. Everything has been disrupted. He likes to go to bed at a certain time. It's just been wild. So that, on top of just life and me wanting to bring y'all quality content. Now, the thing is, I have been filming things, so I'm putting all of that together. And I just feel like it's worth it for me to wait and make sure that I give you guys quality episodes with quality flyers and quality artwork, quality newsletters. It's just worth it for me to take some time off, because outside of that, I do have a life. I do have things I'm juggling with. I am still diagnosed as bipolar disorder, and it's just healthy for me. I feel like I don't want to short anybody. If I'm not 100% and everything's on point, I'm going to be giving y'all less of a good product, which is only going to hurt me. And I don't want to do that when I'm really trying to help people and inspire people. All right. So this is a New Year's episode. It's not going to be that long. Season 3 is coming sometime in February. The website may be up now. The last page has been taken out because I'm getting Mamba added in there and getting the videos together in the YouTube. Y'all rock with me. I love y'all. Happy New Year, man. Let's get right into it, man. I ain't going to hold y'all, man. So, while I was sitting here, I don't even, and I just said today, I'm going to stop saying that. I do know what it is. It's God. But it's like, I was like, man, I really don't even want to do an episode. Mamba's schedule is now my new schedule. It's off. Yesterday was New Year's. I still work today. And I'm not tripping because I know many people going through the same thing. But the idea just hit me through God. Like, it's just so simple for me to do something. Command prompt, CMD. And y'all know I like the acronyms, and it was just too easy for me not to do it. So I wanted to bring it to you guys, all right? Now, with it being a new year, that's a time for a couple of reasons where people go into these resolutions and everybody has this latest line like 2021 is mine and all this. And the first thing is I like to recommend a book. It's called The 12-Week Year. I do not have the author on me right now, but if you go look that up, you'll find it. Put in a little initiative yourself. Trust me, method to my madness. But once I read that book, The 12-Week Year, it pretty much is what it says. You start counting a year and 12-week increments as opposed to 12-month increments. And it's because of the psychology of it. When it gets towards the end of the year, psychologically, it makes people know something is coming to an end. So it's like a deadline almost. A lot of projects, sales go up. It's fourth quarter. A lot of things go on with that. And at the same time, it's really dope because nowhere else can the end of the year get so much urgency, panic, and actually exposing like people what they are under pressure. But at the same time, give people a quote unquote new fresh start, even though it's not. It makes people feel that way, which is why the 12-Week Year is a dope book because it lets you chop it up into 12 weeks and you get more stuff done. But with that being said, I was like, man, everybody's going to have a resolution. Everybody's going to say something crazy. And it's just like so generic. And it's like we're puppets. We're puppets. You know what you're going to see every year. Like even on social media when I'm out here, it's just like everybody, they copy and paste everything. It's puppets. You know what you're going to see. I'm cutting people off. This is my year. Positivity is mine, but F everybody else. And it's just like a bunch of just like contradictions. Like, how's it all positivity starting off your year, but F everybody else? That's not really right. So I broke it down and CMD, command prompt. So really quick, command prompt. People are going to be like, what is that? Or some people might be like, man, everybody's not going to know what that is. And I'm going to break it down for y'all real quick in layman's terms. So it could be a couple of things. When you turn it on your computer and randomly you see that black screen up, it's like the chalkboard with like the C, which is your drive, and it's flashing and it may go away. Or if you have a virus or something like that, it will come up randomly and you'll see it doing stuff and then it'll go away. And that is the command prompt screen. And what it's actually doing is it's your computer doing things behind the scenes and it's kind of giving you detail other than what's going on. So when you're looking at your computers, if you're using Windows or something, when it comes up and it says program has ended and all of that, like all of that is cute. The computer, when it's made, the actual motherboard and whatnot, doesn't say that. It's that black prompt screen. It's probably all numbers. But if it's not going to be numbers, it's going to say something like process failed, located in this drive, didn't get found, blah, 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 a whole bunch of stuff. So anything you see, even the error messages that pop up, that's cute. That's coming from the it's called the GUI, G-U-I, but I don't want to get too in deep with it. But basically, that's coming from Windows, we'll say. It's coming from Windows. So I want you guys to know, you do know what the command prompt is. And what it actually does is it can override things. It can really get to the root of problems. I know if you're having a problem with getting Windows updates, you can go in there into the command prompt, and they call it that because you're typing in something that you wouldn't type in. So it might be like search /location C /action clear. And what that might go in there and do is go in there and delete all of the, and I'm just talking like hypothetically for the people who are nerds like me and be like, that ain't what it means. Hypothetically, it's going to be, what that really means is it's going to go in there and clear out all those updates and do the fresh update from somewhere you would never find it in a folder. Or if you're having a memory problem with your file drive or something like that, and you want to turn it off, you can go in there and type out this prompt, and it'll do something behind the scenes that you can't just click on and find easily. So what it is it's really the in-depth detail to really either get to the root of the problem or resolve a problem or get detailed, intricate, important information. And I was like, CMD command prompt. How can I throw it out? So let's get right into it and break it down. When I initially wrote this, I wrote down commitment. But as I started this episode, I was like, I'm tripping. That's Christ. So for commitment to Christ. Hear me out. Now, when I made my notes initially, I was like, the first thing is because as I go along my journey with the Bible, because I'm not like a super Bible person or anything, but I do read it. I'm in it every day. So I can relate to it, and it's so fresh in my mind, and I'm always referring to it because I put it in my face for a certain amount of time that's above average every single day, right? So with that being said, I want to face this straight on, because as I'm looking at my notes, I was really just trying to say stuff that really has to relate to how I feel about Christ without offending anybody, but it's time to keep it real, man. I put commitment, and you need to have something that's deeply rooted in you or bigger than oneself. And that's why it's really Christ. Now, y'all already know how I get down, man. Whether or not you believe in anything, I always take it in layman's terms for those people. You believe in right or wrong, good or evil, right or wrong, what's up? And start from there. And that, whatever y'all want to call it, I'm reading through it. It don't say do none of this crazy stuff that we're doing. I can rock with that even if it's fake. I know it's not fake, but for the skeptics, right? You have to have a commitment, and for me, it's Christ, deeply rooted to something bigger than yourself. Because when you only focus on yourself, that gets into that entitlement thing, and it's like funnel vision. If anybody ever played Madden back in the day, and this is going to be probably for the men, but they had the QB vision, right? And if your QB didn't have high passer awareness, there was this little tiny little cone. But when you played with like Peyton Manning, it was the whole field. When you get into that entitlement, you shrink your quarterback vision. You shrink your vision. But Christ is something that you can pattern yourself after, and it's bigger than yourself. So in that way, when you're torn in between the way that the world wants you to think and what the world thinks is normal, and that we probably think, me included, is normal because we've been doing it for so long, you have something to defer to. I talked about it even when I got Mamba, man. It's not, and I don't mean this in a disrespectful way, but it's almost like a cheat sheet. If somebody's talking about religion and can relate it to some past and it makes sense, I'm going to be with them and more trusting of them immediately than any other situation. So you have to have a commitment to Christ or be deeply rooted in something bigger than yourself. And to be honest, a majority of the things that I talk about have an underlying rule that you have to be somebody who wants to be accepted by God first, or these strategies may not work as well. All right. So C in the command prompt, Christ and commitment, but really a commitment to Christ. Let's keep it moving. M, mindset. Mindset. You have to change your mentality and have a mindset that is different from what you're used to. Even at my job, I tell people, hey, even if you're having a rough day or you might not like your job or whatnot, man, you better trick yourself. You better make it your business to change your mindset, or else you're going to make yourself miserable and associate something negative with it. I go with the champion mindset. I go with a Mamba mentality mindset. I go with the refuse to lose mindset. And even though it's ludicrous and it may be something that doesn't always work in my favor, you have to change your mindset. And if you go back to the C in command prompt, if your mindset is focused on that, man, things fall into place so sweet. And that's just facts. And with that mindset, you have to have some type of a reminder or a mantra to yourself. For me, it's, Mamba mentality, refuse to lose. You know what I mean? I gave y'all my Mamba acronym, man. Y'all go check it out if y'all want to break that down. But you have to have that mindset, and it has to be something different. Like I say, this is what I say at the beginning, anything other than what you're normally programmed and used to doing. If you're coming and you want to change something, or you're not happy with something, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying what you're doing now, you need to do something different. You must change your mindset. And I take on a champion mindset. And that rolls me right into D in this CMD from the command prompt. Watch how I wrap us all together. And I ain't keeping y'all on, right? D is discipline. All these three things roll together. I can relate it to my life, man. Just because I'm rocking with the C, which is Christ, that changes my mindset because I do it every single day. And that builds my discipline. And I was going to give y'all the definition of discipline, but y'all can go look it up. This is my definition. Discipline is doing something that you may not like, or you may not even want to do, and doing that very thing 110%. It's hard as heck. You're going to fail a whole bunch. You got to keep shooting. Because when you start to build discipline, it feels good. Now me, I try to remain humble, but it's crazy how like little stuff that I would do. Leave my cabinet door open on my in my cabinets, right? And then just go upstairs or something and just be open. And little stuff like that. I might be halfway up the steps and I turn around, I go back down and I close that drink. Not only close it, if it's something on the counter, I'm gonna wipe it off. Because I'm practicing discipline. It ain't that I necessarily want to do it, but I know that the discipline and the ability to do something right then I don't want to do, or I don't feel like doing or schedule to do, I know that if I continue to do that, then when them real adversities come, it's not going to be as tough. And if you do that, I promise you that starts changing. You start making your bed. You feel me? Like even 2 or 3 years ago, man, my room ain't never dirty, man. Even the dust, and I'm a whole dude. It be dusty. But I get up there and dust it. It ain't clothes all over my room. And I remember years ago, it just used to be horrible. I fold it up. I go ahead and hang it up. I get it out the way. And that comes from doing things, even as the salad of being plant-based. All of this stuff works together, just like it does on the command prompt on the computer, to get a result that's more detailed. And if it doesn't work, at least you'll know what's going on in detail so you can diagnose it and put in a different command prompt. CMD, man. Christ, commitment to Christ for C. M, mindset. Are you a champion? I mean, what you trying to do? You trying to win or lose? You trying to get through this, or you just want to finagle? Discipline. You're not going to get over nothing that's adversity if you don't have some type of discipline that's going to make you do them things that you haven't normally done and that other people aren't willing to do. It makes you a different person. And it starts with the C, which is Christ. And when you have this command, you can do whatever resolution you want. If you want to lose weight, well, man, if you got Christ, he tell you about your body. Or even if you're like, we don't even have to take it that deep. I just want to read 1 page of the Bible. They just go read 1 page a day. 1 page. We do so much things. We be on Facebook. I'll play video game. I'm telling you, man, like it's never going to be a day where I miss my devotionals if I know I can get up and play NBA 2K. Just not gonna happen. That's disrespectful. Mindset. You better change your mindset and know, like, yo, you're gonna have to do something different. It's gonna be tough. But yo, I want a different outcome. Discipline. You better be in the gym shooting when everybody else is asleep. You better be willing to do that little extra research and spend that 5 minutes while everybody else is talking about it. Where everybody else is typing that post, popping trash. You better be trying to get it together with whatever you got going on. And live instead of talk. If you do these 3 things, and I know they straight because it starts with Christ. That's what I mean by cheat sheet. I don't even got to think about it. If you focus on Christ and change your mindset and start practicing discipline, you'll do whatever you want to do. Within reason. You know, I'm not saying if you are $0, if you do these things, I mean, anything is possible with Christ, so I'll take that back. You might be a millionaire in a year. And I just want to leave y'all with that, man. Put some command in it so you can prompt change in your life. I love y'all. I ain't going to keep y'all too long. This was a quickie. I'll be back. Newsletters coming out. Y'all email me. Y'all hit me up. Mamba, still Putin, but I worked right through it. Didn't snore. Check the website out for more pictures and more upcoming on that. I love y'all, man. Didn't want to keep y'all too long. Happy New Year's. Just keep your head up. Yo, it's a new year. You know what they say? New year, new you. Regardless of who you are, it really is 1-1 right now. 1-1. You made it. You can make it. Take another step. It's going to be 1-2 tomorrow. You got this. I love y'all. Keep y'all head up. Till we meet again. Yeah.